For the sixth Sunday in Ordinary Time, we continue our march through the Sermon on the Mount, and it gets pretty serious. And, Jesus reminds us, and through our readings we're reminded as well, of the importance of the law. You go back to the Old Testament, and, the law is really important. It guides us, it shows us the way, and Jesus says as much. And, he also says that he didn't come to get rid of it. As he says the things that he does, he's not against the law. He recognizes its value, he recognizes it's important, but he also recognizes that it's not enough. The law really alerts us to the fact when we're off the path. That's what it's there for. So whether the law was there or not, you'd still be off the path if you did something that was, contrary to it. The path is the path, the way to God forever in heaven. The path is the path. And whether there's a guardrail or not, the path is there, right? And then the law is like the guardrail. So Jesus recognizes it's important, but also recognizes that it's not enough. And he has come to fulfill that very law. So, as he says these things, he's speaking this week particularly about murder, about adultery. He's highlighting for us and taking us on a deep dive, like what was corrupted first in Adam and Eve. It wasn't the external breaking of a law. It wasn't the sin in its external reality, the action of the person, but their hearts were corrupted first. And so Jesus is going deeper. He says it isn't first about the external action. It's about, the messiness of our own hearts. And so, when we look a little deeper and see the things that lead to those external actions, that's where, real healing, or maybe I shouldn't say real. I mean, real healing, is also that we, stop breaking the law. But, in a deeper way, a total transformation, it comes from a redemption of the heart. And Jesus doesn't just want us to stop, breaking the law, but also wants the complete and total healing of our minds, hearts, our spirits, and our bodies. So, I often talk to people about sin like this. What we confess in the confessional, the laws that we break in terms of sin are often like the symptoms. You go to the doctor and you tell them your symptoms, and from there, they work back to see what's disordered, internally. What's the actual illness? What's the disease? And oftentimes it's like that for us. The sins are the symptoms of something deeper, a disease, if you will, disorder in our minds and hearts and our bodies. And Jesus, the divine physician, is laying out there for us a little bit of an understanding of the deeper reality in our own lives and hearts. So, as we go about this, he's really holding up for us the reality that we don't have the power within us on our own, apart from him, to be transformed in the way that he wants to bring about transformation. And so, as the law almost does seem to be made almost impossible, actually impossible in the way that he reframes it for us, in the Lord nothing is impossible. And in fact, when we give our lives completely over to him, it becomes more probable that his aid, that his medicine, if you will, can restore us to the fullness of life that we so desire. So, don't so much be, overwhelmed and transformed as Jesus' words challenge you to a complete and total transformation, but really let them be words of hope that as you give your entire life over to him, that he can in fact cure you. And it may take a while, it may take the rest of your life, it may take until you get to eternity with him. But Jesus is the cure for all of our ills, especially at the root of the cause of sin in our lives.